Welcome back to another edition of the Senior Spotlight. I'm Brady Beedon, joined by Wayne State senior defensive lineman, grad student defensive lineman, Jordan Lewis. Jordan, I appreciate you taking some time to talk with us. I know you took a long journey to get to Wayne State. Just fill everyone in listening at home the backstory of how you ended up at Wayne State, how you ended up in Midtown Detroit.
Yeah, absolutely. So my story, it's pretty crazy, not the usual route that, a college student or athlete, has been through. But I started my career going to school at Indiana Wesleyan. I thought it was a great decision for me. I loved it there. But, my younger self was a little bit more immature and I was there, strictly for football or whatever, and I let my academics get a little bit, out of hand, and I was, dismissed from the school or whatnot due to academics. Fast forward, we're in 2021, had 3 years at Indiana Wesleyan. Now, I'm kind of stuck in the middle of the road, where to go on. I'm 3 years into my degree, and, now I'm, basically left in the middle of nowhere. And so I was able to get into Lawrence Tech and continue my degree, which is also, very hard to do coming from, being dismissed from a school and not being, academically or athletically eligible for any compensation, but being able to work around it and still being able to continue my degree without having to go the JUCO route, I thought was great for me and not a lot of people get to do. So I grinded there for the next 3 years at Lawrence Tech, made sure I stayed out of trouble, turned me into the man that I am today. A lot of it, which football has done, really my whole career. And then, so I graduated just this past May, 24 from Lawrence Tech with my bachelor's in business administration. And that's how I was able, I knew I wanted to continue playing football. I knew I still had more left in the tank to see what I could do as far as going to the next level or whatnot. So, I hit the camps, hit the portal or what. And that's when I found, or Coach Sims, found me at a camp here in Michigan. And, we have been locked in ever since.
That's an awesome story. So having so much experience, having gone through the highs and lows, I'm sure it helps being a leader in the locker room and being able to impart the knowledge on the younger players of, hey, don't make it as hard as on you that I made it on myself, that this is what you can do and this is how you can be successful and only have to do it in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially my D-line guys, what I've noticed about a lot of younger guys is, can go in 1 year, out through the other. So, I really hold my story to guys that I know really listen and are, kind of at a spot, where they can listen. I've been, wanting to, go into the team and tell them my whole story. But, I do save it for, guys that I do tend to build, a closer relationship with. Not that I don't mind telling my story. It's just that I've noticed that, people listen differently. And so I've really taken the time to, teach it to a lot of the, young D linemen and, tell them, even though, you may make some mistakes along the way, that doesn't mean, it's the end all be all. Or like you said, don't get into, that aspect in the first spot and take your academics serious. Like, take when you got to go to study tables, take that serious, take, the small details in the football and in the weight room and in your life serious, because this stuff all ties in to everything around you, your life, your family, your outside of football and on the field too. It really ties into your character. So I just try and preach that to whoever will listen.
So now that you have all that behind you, you're coming up on the end of the football career in college. What do you want to do? You mentioned you're studying business. What do you want to do once you're done with football in the postgraduate life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm getting my MBA here. I would like to complete that. Could be done in 2026 of the spring, which I'd really like to do. And right now I'm working on getting a medical sales job. So, I've taken a liking in sales or whatnot through business. And then also just kind of like owning my own stuff. I got a little lawn service that I do in the summer, and I also do a little bit of shea butter with the family or whatnot. So just kind of figuring that out and going from there, yeah.
Is Midtown in Detroit a place you want to stay and kind of grow in, or do you want to see where the road takes you?
Yeah, I think it's more of where the road takes me. I love Detroit. I have a lot of connections out here. But I can only imagine, with traveling we'll do connection-wise as well. So, really just moving around, and hopefully medical sales will allow me to do that.
Well, Jordan, I really appreciate it. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do great in any of your future endeavors, and stay healthy the last few games of the season.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's Jordan Lewis. I'm Brady Beedon, and you're listening to Wayne State Warrior Football right here on WDTK The Patriot.